can't get your feel on entertainment here at Big Sky, you must have missed something.
If you build it, they will come. It's what we said 13 years ago.
Big Sky's a unicorn.
There's a place I have never been.
I mean, you name it. It's happened here. These people freaking go crazy. I've ripped my pants off in this arena. This is really kind of a grassroots event. It's a real sport and it's real tough.
We're in this tiny town with a dead-end road.
It's such a strange thing because it's not a city. It's like, what is it? There's no mayor, but what is Big Sky?
The crowd is right on top of you, it feels like.
Duff McKagan.
Hi, I'm Duff McKagan.
Decided he wanted to blow off some fireworks.
Oh!
We got Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses.
I see everybody crazy.
It's not Madison Square Garden. It's not AT&T Stadium. It's one of the smallest venues that we play.
The bull that jumped the fence and ran down the street, and I feel like that's Big Sky.
This is a lift for our community. Everybody gets to come.
The heartbeat is strong.
You know, the Big Sky Events Arena, I like to say, is its own personality, and it's got like this amazing ability to create magic moments.
Duff McKagan. It's total pyro.
We are in the bull business. This is Cliff and Peyton's daddy. I remember the first time that Andy and Cord pulled me up on the back of the chutes, and you walk like right up to the edge and you look down and you got this 2,000-pound bull there. And you know, when you're sitting in the stands, there's a lot of energy, but then when you're standing over that bull and you're seeing that, just the bull breathing, and you're watching the flank strap go on and the rider strap in, and that's when you understand the true energy and magnitude of the sport. Add a glass of whiskey on top of it, and then you end up owning a bunch of bulls. So,
for me, it was an opportunity, and what I noticed as I got more invested into the Big Sky community, which was really good to me, is Big Sky was missing a heartbeat.
We were literally sitting around the table trying to figure out how do we get people to stop in Big Sky in the summer.
We're blessed to have big mountains, a lot of chairlifts, a lot of big houses, Yellowstone National Park, but a heartbeat in terms of getting a community together and for people to celebrate.
The resort obviously had a following for the winter sports, but there's nothing in Big Sky that would make people stop.
For me, one of the most magical times in celebrating community with each other is being at things like concerts and rodeos and things that actually force people to be in the center, to be in a place together.
We had this idea to bring PBR to town, and everyone was kind of like, well, let's give it a shot.
Big Sky Week is upon us, and it's going to be a party.
You know, the PBR started out with the promise of the best bull riders on the best bulls week in and week out. We wrapped it in this very entertaining package, and in the beginning took it to smaller, big cities that weren't really rodeo communities, different places across the U.S. And then as time went on, we kept going to bigger and bigger markets like New York City, downtown LA, and for me, the PBR is really the last great American sport.
I wanted the same show that I saw in Vegas in Big Sky. So a show that was in front of 30,000 people, I wanted it in front of 3,000 people.
When JC and I created this event with Eric, we were tasked with building an arena.
Andy and JC had this dream of producing the same type of event that I had dreamt about. It was almost like we were meant to meet on that path.
We came up with my little red tractor and we started doing circles in a sagebrush field.
We didn't have an arena. Literally, we had a sagebrush field. There was nothing there.
I kept thinking that there cannot be any more rocks in this arena.
Critical people like Jim Murphy and Sam Byrne and Bill Simpkins, Lauren Bow, this group got together and we gave them the pitch, and they helped backstop that first year. And they said, go for it.
Brought in fences and buck and shoots and bleachers and
and built it up from nothing.
So we had 2 sets of bleachers, flatbed trailers at the end with hay bales, and then school buses that lined the sides with raft guides, and that was year number 1.
Yeah, we're looking good. Arena's ready. Arena looks good. Bulls are ready. I think here we go.
They just, I think they love bull riding. I think they're like me and they love the sport, and they stay to the last.
It's once a year, and we wait all year long to get to this week.
I feel like you can feel the heart and soul of this event.
It's just the greatest fans.
Putting a little gunpowder in one spot and, you know, playing with matches, it's fixing to go off.
It's authentic.
It's won awards because the Cowboys love coming up here.
How about 2 in a row, Montana?
Something in the air here is just awesome.
Big Sky, the state of Montana, the larger region, it really kind of becomes something that belongs to all of them.
This nod to the West is epic. And boy, go big or go home.
This spot was the first place where Outlaw really dipped our toes into music festival.
I would say it was a natural progression, but what really surprised me is just the level of talent and bands that we've been able to get here.
In 2015, we brought Robert Earl Keen to play a Big Sky PBR after party, and within 24 hours, we turned this baby right here into a concert arena.
You're crazy. That was the first thing that came to mind. You're crazy, Eric.
That's a selfish decision. I love music and I love live music, and we are starved for it in this area.
Hey, this is Brandy Carlisle. I just want to talk to you about Peak to Sky Festival in Big Sky, Montana.
Once again, where the universe lined up and brought people like Mike McCready into my life and Lucas Nelson.
I like it. It still has that small town feel. You know, the locals still really, you know, run the show out here.
When I went to Mike and said, Mike, you know, I want to bring, you know, some big music here. He's like, well, who are you thinking? I was like, well, I want to have Pearl Jam play. He's like, easy, Eric. We might need to take a step back and start a little bit slower than that.
The easier thing to do was me to put together a super group kind of band thing. Some of the main players of that are Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums, Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses, and Brandy Carlisle is a friend of mine. We have some property next to each other, and our families are very tight. Taylor Hawkins, the late great Taylor Hawkins, everybody said yes, you know. They're all into it.
Now I want to share something really special with you guys. You guys are going to be a part of history, right? But this band has never played together before, and they might never play together again. We got Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters. We got Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. We got Josh Klinghoffer and Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And we got the one and only Mr. Mike McCready. Let's get loud, Big Sky!
In case you haven't heard, joining Mike McCready from Pearl Jam.
Super excited to come play Big Sky, Montana with my friends.
And literally just like garage band jam, Zeppelin and Van Halen and Prince and like all these incredible, you know, tracks. And all of a sudden you're seeing people like looking around at each other like, this is unbelievable.
For me, you know, if people are having that response, that's the icing on the cake. That's what you want. You know, I have that feeling playing with those guys too, and with Brandy and with all my friends. I have a feeling of celebratory amazement that, you know, we're doing all these songs and we're doing them kind of good. But the fact that people were into it and thought it was like something very special that they were part of because I feel like it was. That makes me happy. I'm glad that's why I do music.
That created what I believe was like the first pebble that created the ripples out, and now subsequently all these incredible musicians that started coming. You know, when we went and laid out the Big Sky Events Arena, we had to move it after about year 5. And so we were there laying out the arena, measuring it out. And 10 years later, EJ Dawes, who works with me, goes, "Eric, you're not gonna believe this." And he brings back a picture and shows me a picture of me in the arena with him laying this thing out. We literally pulled the tape measure. And what am I wearing? I'm wearing a Foo Fighters shirt. And lo and behold, a lot of persistence, we bring Foo Fighters to Big Sky, Montana. So here it is, you know, 8 years of buildup. Finally get them here. Foo Fighters in Big Sky. I'll never forget, all the red semis line up, unloading everything. Dave Grohl's in town. Here we go. And it just absolutely biblical rain.
The weather was horrendous.
You're talking Noah's Ark, get ready, rain. We get everybody evacuated, and sure enough, lightning bolts, starts forest fires on the hill. We're getting delayed, 30 minutes to an hour and a half. Foo's manager's like, "What are we gonna do, Eric? How's your insurance policy?" I'm like, "Not good enough, man. If I gotta cancel this show, I'm in big trouble." So here I am, pretty defeated. I'm standing out in the rain. Water's pouring off the brim of my hat. I'm like, I could lose it all. I gotta cancel this show. And the shadow appears on my left, and I look over, and here he is, Dave Grohl, cigarette and a whiskey. And he looks at me, he goes, "Are you the crazy mother bleep who brought us to a rodeo arena?" He goes, "What were you thinking?" And Dave looks at me and goes, "We're not going anywhere, man." He goes, "We're gonna wait this storm out. You put me on stage, I'm gonna rip the fucking roof off this place."
You didn't think this shit was gonna happen? Oh, it's happening.
This is nothing that this town had ever seen before.
It's just this cool experience that, you know, I could say that most people can't experience seeing the Foo Fighters anywhere else.
It started out as a selfish endeavor, but we realized really hit a gap that people want to come to these great mountain settings and see their favorite musicians play.
I mean, I still think the Foo Fighters show is echoing off these canyons in this, you know, in this valley someplace.
Where the fuck are we right now? What are we doing? Is this a thing?
I think when you look at what it's done for Big Sky, you know, both financially and just energy-wise, it couldn't be any better, right? I mean, it's lots of charity events and giving back to the community and just a sense of vibrancy that this town doesn't see very often.
Big Sky PBR and the Big Sky Events Arena, and subsequently things like Wildlands, Beat the Sky, everything was founded off a couple principles. One was authenticity. When you bring a show here, it's got to be authentic, as authentic to place as you possibly can. The second is it has to be about community.
With Lone Mountain Land Company, we take a lot of pride in just the community building and the collaboration with community members to really make sure that it's a thriving year-round community, but also none of our investments are going to be successful unless the whole community is successful.
And then the third is about giving back. That's a consistent that we will never, ever stray from.
The 2023 Wildlands Festival has generated $500,013.
Outlaws giving these funds to our local community that stays in our community.
One check for 10,000 plus. There's another check for 25,000. They're going to bring in a buckle. They're going to bring in
They do so much, you know, giving back to the sport and helping those riders.
The recipients of these donations are right here, and they're grateful for it.
Is to celebrate great music and community, but also to give back to conservation to help protect this beautiful Montana landscape. A total of $303,000.
That passion for giving back permeates the whole community.
It generates tens of millions of dollars for the community in the region, employs hundreds and hundreds of people each time we do an event, and the community aspect just really allows that thing to gain a lot of steam.
For me personally, I've gotten so much fulfillment out of being able to sit back and watch this event grow and enjoy it with my family. It's huge.
A community-wide melting pot.
My 10-year-old, he absolutely loves the PBR. It's the highlight of his summer.
It brings everyone out of the clubs, everyone out of their condos in the area, and everyone gets together in the mosh pit, jumping around, dancing, having a blast, meeting new friends.
For me, the next layer down is you watch families gather or businesses that get their groups together and celebrate. It's like to watch kids come out and ride mutton bustin' or go to their first concert and sit on their dad's shoulders. Like, we're getting to do that.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to put one hand right here and one hand right there, and I want you to hold it over your head as high as you can, and listen to this.
There's nothing that Outlaw can't do, and up to this point, the track record has proven that we can pull off some amazing experiences, and it just keeps getting better.
People really wanted these type of events in Big Sky, and then now I would say the demand is even there more.
The PBR and Wildlands and the arena over there, it is a unicorn.
I really hope that this thing is part of the Big Sky and Southwest Montana fabric long beyond me. I hope that my son and his buddies and my employees, kids and friends and all this great new generation that's moving here get to enjoy the magic that I have the last 15 years.
Not sure that you could replicate what we've built here very many other places.
I just don't want to see that stop. I want other people in the next generation to do that, and I want them to put their thumbprint on it. It'll be a new style of music or a new way to produce the event or new charities that the community needs beneficiary at that time. It's already gained a life of its own. Now our job is to just be a steward of that and just keep it going as long as this community wants it. And I just hope it's there to help facilitate that heartbeat of Big Sky for many generations to come.